NVIDIA's RTX 50 series has already stirred up the high-end GPU market. But things are about to get even more interesting. Recent leaks suggest NVIDIA is gearing up to launch an even more capable GPU under the same Blackwell architecture, the RTX 50-80 Super. While the Super naming isn't new in NVIDIA's lineup, this time the refresh appears to focus heavily on one particular area memory. So, is this just another bump in specs, or a smart move by NVIDIA to bridge the gap between the 50-80 and the flagship 50-90? Let's break it all down. The RTX 50-80 Super is rumored to be built on the same GB2-03450A1 GPU as the standard RTX 50-80. That means we're looking at identical core specifications: 10,752 CUDA cores, 84 RT cores, and 336 Tensor cores. So, from a computing perspective, don't expect any massive leap in raw processing power. But the big news? Memory. According to a highly reliable leaker, the RTX 50-80 Super will pack a whopping 24 GB of GDDR7 memory. That's a 50% bump over the 16 GB GDDR7 you'll find in the base RTX 50-80. What's more interesting is how NVIDIA achieves this upgrade. Instead of increasing the memory bus width, they're using denser 3 GB GDDR7 modules. This allows them to keep the same 256-bit memory interface while giving users that sweet 24 GB VRAM capacity. But that's not all. This extra VRAM also comes with a speed boost. The GDDR7 modules in the Super are expected to run at 32 gigabits per second, up from 30 gigabits per second in the regular version. With that improvement, you're looking at a memory bandwidth of 10 to 24 gigabits per second compared to 960 gigabits per second in the non-Super model. Sure, it's not a groundbreaking jump, but in bandwidth-sensitive workloads, this small increase could result in noticeable performance gains. While the GPU core remains the same, the combination of faster memory and possibly slightly higher clock speeds, which are typical in Super variants, suggests we can expect modest performance gains. Early estimates point toward a 7% to 15% improvement over the standard RTX 50-80. This would depend heavily on the use case: AAA gaming at 4K, 3D rendering, or AI workloads that benefit from extra VRAM. Games that are limited by memory bandwidth or those that run massive texture packs will benefit more than those relying solely on raw GPU compute. This is more of an optimization refresh rather than a performance overhaul. But if you're someone who's always flirting with the VRAM ceiling, especially at 4K with ray tracing turned up to 11, those extra 8 GB might be the difference between stutter-free gameplay and a bottlenecked experience. Here's where things get a little dicey. All this extra memory and speed doesn't come for free. The RTX 50-80 Super is rumored to have a total graphics power exceeding 400 watts, compared to the 360 watts TGP of the standard RTX 50-80. That means you're looking at a hotter, more power-hungry GPU that will likely require a beefy PSU, minimum 850 watts recommended, and a solid cooling solution. Enthusiasts with large cases and high-end cooling systems probably won't mind, but for compact builds or users focused on energy efficiency, this could be a turnoff. It's worth noting that NVIDIA has been steadily increasing TGP across generations in favor of more performance, and this card follows that same path. So, where does the RTX 50-80 sit in NVIDIA's lineup? It's pretty clear. This card is targeting users who want RTX 50-90 level memory, but don't need or want to pay for the full firepower of the 50-90. If the leaks hold, the 50-80 Super could become a sweet spot for 4K gamers, professionals working with large datasets, and content creators who need more than 16 gigabytes of RAM but can't justify the $1,600 price tag of a 50-90. With 24 gigabytes GDDR7 memory, it's basically a creator-friendly GPU that doesn't scream overkill. It fills the gap perfectly between the standard 50-80 and the top-tier 50-90. Additionally, this could be NVIDIA's strategic response to AMD's upcoming RDNA 4 lineup, which is expected to offer competitive performance at aggressive price points. NVIDIA needs something in the middle of their lineup to hold ground, and the Super Series has always done that well. Now the big question, when is it coming, and how much will it cost? While there's no official word from NVIDIA yet, the RTX 50-80 launched in January 2025. If NVIDIA sticks to their usual refresh cycle, we could see the RTX 50-80 Super hit the shelves toward the end of 2025, possibly during the holiday season or CES 2026. These Super refreshes usually land within 9 to 12 months after the base model. As for pricing, this one's tricky. The standard 50-80 was priced at $1,000. Given the 50% memory upgrade and slightly better performance, a $200 premium isn't out of the question. Expect the RTX 50-80 Super to launch somewhere around the $1,200 mark, still undercutting the 50-90 while offering memory on par. The RTX 50-80 Super isn't revolutionary but adds value with rumored memory and improved performance at a price between the 50-80 and 50-90. It's designed for users needing extra VRAM and future-proofing without committing to the flagship model. NVIDIA's approach is sensible in a market where memory capacity is crucial for gaming and creative tasks. The success of the RTX 50-80 Super will depend on final specs, pricing, and real-world benchmarks, but it's shaping up to be the almost flagship GPU many users didn't know they needed. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know in the comments. Would you pick the RTX 50-80 Super over the 50-90 or AMD's next-gen cards?